Coming up tonight on YCN News, a major accident in Brattleboro involving a tractor trailer. And today is the 29th year since the tragic Challenger space shuttle disaster. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, January 28th. I'm Laura James. Welcome to YCN News. The glare from the snow today certainly makes up for yesterday's gray and stormy afternoon, where snowfall continued throughout the night. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan lifted the state of emergency order, allowing work and school to resume as usual. Snow and winter weather may have combined today for a serious road accident on Interstate 91 in Brattleboro, Vermont. That according to state police. Around 1:15 p.m. today, the report of a motor vehicle accident with entrapment came to an emergency dispatcher just north of Exit 2. A tractor trailer and several other vehicles were involved in the crash, say police. At 1:36 p.m., police sent out a notice that I-91 would be closed at Exit 2 in Brattleboro until further notice. An hour later today at 2:32 p.m., state police announced I-91 would reopen in both directions. Additional information on this accident was not yet available at broadcast time. YCN News will update you on this crash when information is released by police. Turning to New Hampshire news now, Belknap County's loss is Sullivan County's gain, now that Sullivan County commissioners have named David Berry Jr. as its Department of Corrections Superintendent. Berry is now the Assistant Superintendent of the Corrections Department for Belknap County. Berry is scheduled to begin his new job in Unity next month. The Eagle Times reports Berry brings 20 years of progressive leadership in the corrections industry. Berry will take over for Douglas Roberts, who has served as interim Sullivan County House of Corrections Superintendent. Residents of Sunapee will meet next Monday to discuss the proposed school budget for the 2015-16 school budget, now coming in at $11,456,865. That's an increase over the current $11,434,259 budget. The estimated increase would mean an extra 39 cents per $1,000 property valuation. Monday night's meeting, the first session of the annual school district meeting, begins at 7 p.m. in the David Sherburne Gym on Route 11. The second part of the school district meeting will be the day residents registered to vote will go to the polls and mark ballots for or against the budget and related school elections on Tuesday, March 10th. Meanwhile, Sunapee's geographic neighbor, Newport, also is gearing up for the school board elections as voters prepare for the town meeting season. The board's current chairperson, Liz Hennig, is not seeking re-election to the school board. The Eagle Times reports that Heidi North, who has served for 2 years on the Newport School Board, is running again, this time for one of the 2 3-year seats on that board. A community's library is sometimes known as its living room. Ideas and information is researched, found, and absorbed. And until further notice, residents of New London, New Hampshire may have to find another public library to patronize. That's because until further notice, the Tracy Memorial Library will be closed as building-related issues are resolved. After the break, more on today's anniversary of the Challenger space shuttle disaster.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Laura James. 29 years later, we remember Concord, New Hampshire teacher Krista McAuliffe and the entire crew of the doomed Challenger space shuttle mission. It was a gloriously sunny winter day when the shuttle took off from Florida, its crew led by Commander Francis Scobie, pilot Michael Smith, mission specialist Judith Resnick, Ellison Onizuka, and Ronald McNair, as well as payload specialist Gregory Jarvis and Krista McAuliffe, a teacher ready to deliver lessons from space. We remember them all. Taking a look at state politics now, Vermont Democratic Governor Peter Shumlin testified today in Washington before a U.S. Senate committee saying Congress needs to act quickly to replenish the Federal Highway Trust Fund so that Vermont and other states can begin repairing crumbling roads and bridges. Shumlin's plea is especially time-sensitive as bids go out next month to secure the best pricing from qualified road improvement companies. Testifying with Shumlin was gubernatorial colleague Republican Richard Bentley from Alabama. Vermont, according to Shumlin, counts on the federal government earmarking $300 million each year for infrastructure repair. If Congress takes no action, the fund will become insolvent in May, taking with it the chance to improve roads and the well-paying jobs that go with them. Good quality roads, bridges, and similar entities keep Vermont economically competitive. When YCN News returns, we'll join Kearsarge Chronicles' Lynn Solomon. She sat down for a conversation with Aggie Bereka and Brent Morin about the Dancing with the Stars event coming up on January 30th.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. The forecast is a bit calmer, thankfully, than it has been. Let's check in with Matt McDonald.
Thanks, Laura. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low around -3. Thursday will see increasing clouds with a high near 28. Wind chill values could be as low as 0. Thursday night, snow is likely, mainly after midnight. Lows will be around 24. Chance of precipitation is 70%. Friday, snow is likely between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. with a high near 27. Chance of precipitation is 70%. Friday night will be mostly cloudy with a low around -2. And now it's time to take a look at our YCN community calendar. On Friday, there will be a drop-in technical help program in Hanover at the Howe Library from 3 to 5 p.m. Also in Hanover, there will be a community dinner at the Lutheran Church starting at 5 p.m. There will be another community dinner in White River Junction at the River Point Plaza at 5 p.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Tonight on YCN Sports, there are some upcoming games. There will be a boys basketball game tomorrow at Fall Mountain High School. Fall Mountain will face Kearsarge. In girls basketball tomorrow, Sunapee will verse Epping at Epping High School. And the Bellows Falls High School girls will travel to Fall Mountain for a game. YCN Sports will keep you updated.
Thanks so much, Matt. When YCN News returns, we'll join Capital Connections' John O'Connor. He spoke with Steve Geller, who is Executive Director for the Southeast Vermont Community Action.
The YCN News continues in a moment.